Hey mum, I know you like to watch my videos sometimes, but could you just do me a favor and turn away just for a second, please?
Yes! Kill them all! Kill them and tear them apart and stab their eyes and fuck their dads!
Okay, thanks mum, love you. Also, maybe don't watch this one. Okay, so this is Doom Eternal, and I'm just gonna jump right in on this one, because that's exactly what the game does. You boot it up, start the campaign, watch a cutscene of the Doom guy being all like, "Hey, it's me, I'm Doom Eternal, wubba-lubba-dub-dub." And boom, just like that, you're launched into a mind-meltingly intense adventure where you shoot, stab, punch, bomb, run, jump, dash, kill, wait, because when you're in the goo, you gotta wait, because you can't jump or dash, so you gotta wait. Okay, and then it's back to
shoot, stab, punch, kill!
This is the kind of game that should make all other sequels take notes. It took everything that made Doom great and buffed it up, making all the stuff you already liked feel better and more complex. Now, if you want to know about the story, then... You want to know about the story? You want to... Oh, this is you. Ooh, I want to know about the story in a Doom game. Go in the fucking corner. Okay, jokes aside, they do make an effort to add more lore and backstory to Doom, but even though the cutscenes were mostly entertaining, the serious stuff didn't really hold my attention. To be fair, I do appreciate them trying to add more depth to the series, but in practice, it just kind of felt like filler in between the action, and frankly, if you'd rather be doing this in a game where you can do this, then I think we should see other people. Anyways, let's get to the good stuff. The gameplay is fucking top-notch. I know some people think of Doom games as mindless shooters, but trust me, there's a lot going on here. The fights are absolutely insane. At any time whilst playing, you have to be thinking about your ammo, health, and armor, all of which run out quickly but can be replenished by items on the map. There are a shit ton of enemies, each with their own distinct weak points that are all different. You got 8 guns, each with 2 different mods, also your special moves that you have to always be managing, like chainsaw, flamethrower, frag grenade, ice grenade, blood punch, big red sword move, or you can just use the BFG. Or you can just use the BFG, kill everybody with the BFG. The game is incredibly good at constantly keeping you on your toes. You always have to be moving around, dodging attacks and collecting supplies, whilst keeping in mind everything I just mentioned all at once. And as you might have guessed, that can get pretty fucking hard. Even on the normal difficulty, it'll give your average gamer a run for their money, and there are 3 harder difficulties. Like, I'm pretty sure on Ultra Nightmare, the developers just come to your house and burn you alive while you play. But don't get me wrong, I think all of this is a very good thing. It makes for an incredibly tense and blood-pumping experience that equally satisfies your need for thoughtful, involved gameplay and your need for big gun, make big kill, haha yes. That's just the kind of game Doom Eternal is, man. It's relentingly old school in the best possible way. It's not worried about trivial things like reloading or crouching or making sense. I mean, seriously, what possible purpose could these things have other than being there for me to jump on? And that's another thing. There's also more of a focus on platforming, surprisingly. There's a lot of jumping and climbing and swimming in the air somehow. That's pretty sick. It's actually a welcome change of pace most of the time, and it makes the exploring, Doom Eternal's other main mechanic, much more enjoyable. You see, this is a game that really encourages the player to explore, both when you're fighting to find supplies and power-ups, and when you're traversing the level to find so much shit. Seriously, the amount of things that Doom Eternal rewards you with is kind of ridiculous. You got weapon upgrades, ability upgrades, armor upgrades, runes, secret encounters, Slayer keys, Slayer gates, cheat codes, albums, even little toys for crying out loud. Everything you want right here at Big Dave's Doom House, all half price this Cinco de Mayo. The game is constantly rewarding you for going off the main path with its crazy amount of upgrades and secrets, which I personally really like. I know some people think this is all too much to keep track of, and I'll admit there were times where I just flat out forgot how many points I had because I'd collected so many. But personally, I think it really suits a game like Doom Eternal, where bigger is always better and everything is extra as fuck. Like, instead of stabbing, you slice in half. Instead of punching, you crush their head. Instead of shooting, you go boop.
Well, butter my biscuits, boys, it would appear that I'm in a spot of bother here.
And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Doom Eternal. I know this was a bit shorter than my usual stuff, but I mean, what do you want from me? It's Doom. I feel like this is just one of those games where you can see its appeal just by looking at it. Not to say it's simple, it's just a game that knows what its audience wanted and delivered in full. You come for the demon-tearing and badass visuals and everything you see on the surface level. You stay for the surprisingly deep and thoughtful gameplay that satisfies supplies on every level, and you leave with a big smile, a raging boner, and at least a few more voices to add to the pile. Oh god, no, guys, please don't, please, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Hi, Jum Jum.
Oh, hi, Lee. Oh, yeah, that's Lee. She's my friend. I keep her up there as well.